Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 28th, 2025. I'm going to start the day with this. I am a person of faith. I would say I'm not a religious person. I'm just a person of faith. If you happen to be a person of faith and you believe in this kind of stuff, I have a friend undergoing surgery this morning. If you would be willing to send her some good healing vibes, I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the power of intention, and she could use those today. So, just asking. Um, that being said, let's get into today. I'm going to go ahead and set our timer, which I have forgotten to do for the last couple of days, which is fine. We can talk about things and keep going. It doesn't have to be. It does not have to be a situation where we have to stop. We absolutely have to stop at 15 minutes, but there's our 15-minute timer. Uh, I am going to work on my desk today because there is some stuff piling up. And yes, I know we're supposed to be working on the office, but in my mind, this is working on the office. And I've also told you that I'm going to do some digital decluttering next week. Um, that is something that I very much intend to work on. And one of the things I struggle with is keeping up with paperwork and keeping track of spending and all that kind of stuff. So, and for some reason, I think that's going to become quite important over the next few months for us. So, oh dear, it happens. I got off kilter. It's too close to the edge over here. But I am going to work on that. And oh dear. Yeah. See, this is why I do this. Because, like, this is for our local PBS station. And we are members. And I want to keep that. So I will be working on that. I'm on a wellness journey. I've got some stuff for that. I've got some receipts. I have a lot of receipts actually that I want to go through. I'm pretty good with my business spending, but our personal spending, I used to track every penny. And I know there are certain influencers out there who are all about that, and I understand it. And yet, here we are. I don't always get that done. Uh, I've done a lot of things that are supposed to make it easier, and it just makes it harder because everything has to be tweaked a little bit, and some things are not open to being tweaked, if that makes sense. So, I'm still on camera, but when I've got a couple of weeks where I'm going to be somewhere that I don't have certain responsibilities that I normally have, that will hopefully make it easier for me to catch up with some things. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that opportunity to catch up with those things and make a difference. So, anywho, and hopefully come back with less paper than I left them. So a little more room in the suitcase would be lovely. And I've done this. The thing is, I have just like with my kitchen table, the sweet spot in my office seems to be this desk. And when I attend to the desk and I get things done, then things just flow more smoothly. And when I'm not dealing with them and I'm just kind of putting things off, things don't go so well. And some of this stuff right here is going to take some of my attention, so I wouldn't be able to be talking while we're doing it. But getting it set up for that attention right now will make things a lot easier. So this stack, I will go in this order. This is actually going to get packed, and then that another piece is going to get packed. And when they do, that will hopefully, when we come back, that will be, help me keep my office in shape. Again, not a dumping ground. This is a lot of additional paper clutter. And that is something that I again struggle with. Okay, this is something I'll keep. It's a memory that I didn't realize I had, and that's why I keep some of those things. I do want to look through this. Again, this is one of those things where it's like, look through it, because you've got some nuggets of things in here that you want to talk about later. And then next month, like I said, it's going to be all about digital clutter. And I have 2 weeks away that I can work on my digital clutter. But then I also have a whole bunch of things that I want to digitize. So that's going to be an issue as well. Let's see here. This whole thing of business cards anymore, I'm just going to start taking pictures of them so I can get rid of them. And I think that's what I'll do. I'll just create a file. And those are the things that I think that my mentors, whatever, would suggest that I do. And I'm going to do that. This is something that I was going to give to someone, and they've kind of disappeared out of my life. So there was a reason I was going to give it to them, and now that is just kind of not a thing anymore. I have to ask my husband about that one before I get rid of it. And sometimes it's weird things like, okay, these are paint samples. And I know they probably look the same on the camera, but they are two different, like it's a bluish color and a yellowish color. I have two that are similar to this. One is the color of my bedroom, and the other one is the color we want to paint our hallway. So, and then this is actually the color that is one of my kids' rooms. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I have all of those so that if we go to match something with it, like if I want to do a new set of, a new comforter or, new curtains or something like that. Actually, I don't need to do that in any of those rooms. They already have their curtains. But definitely want to just make sure we have them if we want to match something to them. So, because I loved the color of my living room, and we repainted it as close as we could get it to that. So that's the thought process behind all of that. Oh, goodness me. And then another receipt. See, it just gets out of hand with all these receipts for me. And it's okay, but it's a kind of a pain. And these are scrap paper that really aren't scrap paper, because I have a calendar that I thought I used the back. Like I have these like desk calendars, and I have one upstairs and I have one down here. And I use the back of them for scrap paper, but this one has extra on the back, so can't do that. That doesn't make good scrap paper. I'm not sure where that is. It's over here, which if I still have it, it's over there. Yet another piece of video equipment that I deal with. Okay. I am a pen and paper girl, but that sometimes means that I have little scraps of paper that start to pile up after a while. And that's just, I don't know if I'm the only one that's like that. This is something I'm gonna have to talk to my son about. I'm not sure what this goes to. And there are some things we need to check out here and see if this is, make some backups and all that good stuff, because again, I'm going to be traveling just in case something would happen. I would want to be able to get everything back again. And backing up my computer before I leave, it's been so long and I don't do it often enough. I really should, but I don't. It's just one of those things that doesn't get done like it should. So I have made some serious progress on this desk, and it makes me very happy that I did. So, and while we're sitting here, again, something I don't do often, and when you've got electrical equipment, digital type equipment, that'll get so dusty. It's like a dust magnet. So, what little space I have right here, I'm going to wipe some things off. I now have one pile instead of 4. And this is something else that I know I need to go through. Like, I have kind of things. I just kind of look at myself and roll my eyes. I have 3 cups full of pens and markers and all kinds of things. Do I need all 3? No. Now, I do absolutely love 2 of the mugs that I have. I love this one. I've had this for years. I mean, this one I think I might have had in college. And have a day filled with rainbows, have a day filled with love. That to me is a perfect day. And this one I think is self-explanatory. It says, "My favorite people call me Nana." It should say 2 of my favorite people call me Nana, but because honestly, I adore my grandkids, but I also adore my children, and I adore their spouses, and I love being a mom, and I love being hopefully a mother in love, not a mother-in-law. Because I adore the wives of my sons who are married. I am just delighted to be that person. And my goodness, I am just finding interesting thing after interesting thing here. Oh, I forgot I had that. Okay. See, sometimes you forget things. This is, it don't have a lot of space for media, but this is for like SD cards and stuff that I can plug into my computer. That was hiding way back here behind my monitor, which now I don't have to worry about. And I don't know where that came from, so it's going. It's a little screw. So, things that have not been cleaned in a while. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Hopefully didn't jostle you too much there. But these things bring me joy to be able to do this and straighten up my area a bit. And let's see. AARP cards that somehow got pushed away. Might take those with us because occasionally those do help us out with a nice little discount. So anyway, but yeah, this is one of those things that it's just going to take some time to sit down and for a while there, I was using these markers all the time. Now I'm not. So yes, those could literally just all be pulled right out right now. All of my Sharpie markers, and be put somewhere else. Oh, there's another one. So, but that also there's not a lot of space in here for those things. So there really should be a clean out of some of these desk drawers as well. And they're not bad. These I'm actually kind of proud of. I haven't messed them up a lot. Uh, but there is stuff that can be done. And there's highlighters in here that probably don't work anymore. And there may be, these Sharpie markers that are like this, where you can hit like a click pen. That one barely has a tip. But I'll just have to check them all because I don't know. I have a problem with throwing them out if they're not bad. This I don't love. Oh, that's a mechanical pencil. So we keep those around because my husband is in engineering. They make him happy. He uses them still. I don't, but I'm not a big fan of pencils. But that is time, folks. And even though that's not exactly what was on my agenda for the day, I'm going to stop this. And I'm going to stop the share if it's going to let me. Oh, that's interesting. And on there, it doesn't want to let me. There we go. Okay. And progress made. Now, I'm going to say one more thing because, again, I've talked to you about the sentimental stuff. Those two mugs, they're sentimental to me. Could I be drinking out of them? The big one that says Nana, probably, but I get to see it every day because it's sitting right there. Now, these are the kind of things. This was made for me by one of my kids back in the day. And I never really use it. I just have it, and it's really kind of faded, and it's kind of floppy, and it's not in good shape anymore. And you know what? It's taken me probably close to 20 years to be ready to chuck it. And I'm ready to chuck it. So as much as I adore my children, it's time for this one to go. So sometimes we just get to that point where we can do that and we can let go. And that's kind of what I'm in the process of doing. I was hanging on to a lot of things for a lot of time, and now I'm letting it go. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you got some things done for yourself. And if you do, I would love to hear about it in the chat. Otherwise, I will see you same time tomorrow morning. Have a great day, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.